No,
solar.
oh, don't say budget increase.
About $22,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Per fiscal year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that,
I have enabled recording and you are live on YouTube.
all right, thank you. Excellent. Everybody ready? All right. Good evening. Welcome to the special Hopkinton Town Council meeting of May 8th, 2023. Start off with a moment of silence. Let's salute to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks, Scott. Excellent. Do a quick roll call. Council Hurst.
Yeah.
Council Moffitt.
Here.
Council Burns.
Here.
Council Davis.
Here.
And I am here. Excellent. Thank you for all attending. I know it's a Monday night. All right. Discuss and review proposed FY fiscal year 2023-2024 budget, including expenses, revenue, and capital improvement plan. Brian, do you have anything you want to add to this?
I think we covered, most of the high level stuff at the Financial Town Assembly. So I'm willing to answer any questions or address any concerns that people may have, but unless you want me to go through something specifically, I don't really know we covered everything at the Financial Town Assembly and at the budget workshops. It's going to be a tax rate of 1466, down from 1853. As we've done it in the past several years, the only increase in the budget is attributed directly to Charo. So, the increase in the budget, we level funded the municipal budget as far as expenses and revenues. So there's no net impact to the budget from the municipal side. But as far as the small increase we do have is attributed to directly from Charo.
Mr. President, I'd like to make some observations. First of all, I want to thank Brian and the town staff. And I think it speaks well to the town as far as the budget item. And hopefully, as time goes by, we'll be able to get a firmer control on Charo somehow. But I think that the town of Hopkinton has a lot to commend itself. And I would strongly urge the public, and I know some people watch these meetings, to consider, I endorse the budget and worthy of your consideration. And I also want to strongly remind the voters that the local questions, the one on solar is not a general solar item. It's specifically for 100 Alton Bradford Road. And I think a lot of times people hear solar and they don't read the fine print and they make an assumption that it's for all solar in Hopkins. It's not. It's strictly for the Alton Bradford Road piece of
Okay.
property. So please, please, please understand that. The other one is we definitely got to attack the problems with town roads. Hopefully the ones that are state roads, we'll get the state to work with us in getting them done. Roads are a very pricey thing to take care of. They're not cheap, and I'm glad that we're addressing the roads, and I think roads will always be an ongoing thing because we're in New England, but I endorse this budget and I endorse both the local questions. And if it's within order, Mr. President, I make a
I
motion.
would like to comment.
Hold on, we still got one more step to go through if we make motion.
Yeah.
You all set? You all set?
I
I'm
would
just
like to
gonna
make a
motion.
comment. I want to comment.
Set?
Thank you. Just to be clear on the local questions, I also support the budget. I hope people read the last sentence in each of those questions, because that is really how it will affect us. The first question on the solar tax stabilization agreement, the last sentence says, this would constitute an increase in revenue for Hopkinton compared to what is allowable under current Rhode Island law. So we have negotiated a better deal. I want to be clear about that. And then on the second question, in terms of borrowing money to pay for roads, the last sentence is the new bond payment will not increase the budget or debt service since there are 2 current outstanding loans set to expire this year. So our budget is not going to go up and we will be able to fix roads. And I think that's a great thing. I really commend our finance director and Brian for being able to do that.
I
Thank you.
concur with Council Hurst and Councilor Davis. You know, the only thing I would see in this, and I know it's almost impossible, is we had somehow had this in red or something, but it is what it is. I mean, we can let it fly like this. I'd like to thank Brian and definitely all the staff, because a lot goes behind this. A lot of people don't see, just like most things, a lot of people don't see what goes on behind the scenes. Department heads, budgets, town councils, each department head coming in saying, hey, you know, I'd love to have this. And you know that some things were restricted. So, anybody else?
Yeah, no, I want to say that I do support this budget. We've all been a part of the process, the whole way. There's nothing here that's a surprise to any one of us, because we would have spoke up at that time, So I do support it, and like Council President Gary said, it's not a lot of people see the sausage made, and what happens and what the facts are, and I support it, and I thank everyone that had a part in putting this budget together.
I mean, look at the time we just spent alone here, us just doing stuff, let alone putting it together.
Sure.
Brian, anybody online? Might have the hand raised.
No, do we want to open it up for,
I'd like to agree with
No.
Steve over here.
does anybody at home have any questions or would like to speak? There's 2 people on, but they don't have any.
Council Burns, floor is yours.
I'd like to agree with Mr. Moffett over here. People don't get to see the sausage. And I, as one, came in not knowing how the sausage was made. And personally, been to Brian, asked many questions, learned a lot of situations. And at first, it felt like the 2 of us were butting heads. It didn't. I did to me, I'm sure it did to you. But now I feel that we're on a level playing field and understand each other's position. I do support this budget. I think it's phenomenal behind the scenes of how well your team has served this town
Mhm.
to put this budget together. And I respectfully approve.
Much appreciated.
Councilor Hurst.
Yeah, first of all, I want to thank Tax Assessor Tiana Gottman for being a faithful attendee at our meetings. Appreciated. And of course, we have our old standby, Brian Rosso. And Marita, our Maria Town Clerk. And the guy always hidden, Jeffrey Burnett, who you never see, our IT Director. I think this is a tremendous budget. It has a lot for this council, and we are divided council each politically. I think that this budget is really positive for the town. But I would remind there's a political dimension to government and there's a professional dimension to government. So I hope that the members of the council, because I suspect the voter turnout is going to be smaller for the town budget than it was for the Charahoe budget. So I would strongly urge the council to get behind this budget, either letters to the editor or speak up for this budget and these questions. Because I don't want what's going to happen the day after the referendum. We might commiserate. We need to not take anything for granted and really push this. And also just remind us that every election day is different, and So it should be a not as high turnout for the town budget as it is for the school budget had. So I would just urge the town council strongly.
Scott, I got one thing for you, make motion not to interrupt you. Brian, of course, can we get this up on the website?
Yes.
Sample of
absolutely.
questions.
Yep, and we'll do a
Okay.
roll call.
Wanna make a motion, Scott?
Okay, well, I was going to finish by saying, I just urge people, the council, to put some of their political capital into trying to get this passed.
And I just want to make one last comment. If anybody, you know, I mean, I hate to say it, votes against this budget. They don't know what's in the budget. So, I mean, just vote for it. I mean,
That's it.
support it. You're supporting your
Vote.
town, you're supporting the
Do it.
operation, you're supporting the hard work that goes into it. So
Okay, Mr. President, I make a motion that the Hopkins Town Council adopt the proposed fiscal year 2023-24 operating budget and it be submitted to the voters of Hopkinton at the referendum in June.
Motion on the floor. Do I have a
Second.
second? Motion on the floor, second. All in favor?
First, I.
Davis, I.
Moffat,
Burns,
aye.
aye.
Gary, aye. Opposed?
Mr. President, I make a motion that question 1, dealing with allowing to enter into a tax stabilization agreement with Solar Real Estate Holdings LLC for property located at 100 Alton Bradford Road, identified as AP Lot 3D, be presented to the voters in the June referendum.
Scott, that is a warrant item. We have already voted on
Yeah,
it.
it's all wrapped up in.
Yep, the budget and warrant
Budget.
items were voted on that last, the motion that you made.
But I didn't include that in my motion.
Yeah, but these are the warrant items. In your motion, you stated budget and warrant items.
Yeah, but I didn't say warrant item. So, Mr. President, I will withdraw my motion and make a motion that we adopt local questions 1 and 2 as they be presented to the voters in June 2023.
Okay,
Second.
all in favor?
First, I.
Davis, I.
Moffat, aye.
Burns, aye.
Gary, aye. All nays? Excellent. Thanks, Scott.
Hurst, I. Did I say aye?
Yes, you did.
And does somebody have a motion to make to adjourn for any particular purpose or reason?
I don't right now, but I will probably come up with some. But, well, yes, I'd like to make a motion that we adjourn in memory of Robert Spargo, who was decades ago was an educator in Charahoe and really a nice guy, and he should be recognized.
And Mr. Friedenberg, one of the Friedenbergs too. I think,
Which one?
not George, is it his brother?
Robert?
Yeah.
Let me verify that, and I will do that because I knew him well.
Well, I'll second that motion to
Robert
adjourn.
Spargo.
Motion on the floor, second. All in favor?
First, I.
Davis,
Burns,
I.
aye.
Moffat, aye.
Thank you.